Even after the final trailer for Netflix's Avatar The Last Airbender adaptation came out, I didn't think that we were going to get more footage, but apparently I was wrong, as we got another brand new clip that was released through an Entertainment Weekly article the other day featuring the characters of Azula and the first reveals of Ty Lee and Mai. I want to talk about it in a way to where I can hopefully bring some sense to some of the reactions that have come out from this clip being released. We are going to break it all down in this video. My fellow benders of all four nations, welcome to Uncle Iroh's Tea Shop, the Jasmine Dragon. Find yourself a seat, grab some jasmine tea, and enjoy the video. Like with my recent videos, let's see if we can hit a goal of 300 likes on this one. So if anybody is wondering where to find the clip, again, it is on the new Entertainment Weekly article that dropped, and I will link it in the description. I can't unfortunately show the footage because Entertainment Weekly will hit us with a copyright strike, so I apologize. Alright, so as usual, I just want to jump right into it, and firstly, to give my thoughts, I think that this new clip is fine. It's not the best thing I've ever seen, or even really the best thing that I've seen come out of the marketing for the show overall. I've probably seen some other better clips, however, that being said, I did not dislike it either. I think it is giving me a good sample size as to potentially what we could be given more of in the future when these characters show up in bigger amounts for a potential season 2 or 3 when they are shown a lot more based off the cartoon. The scene is essentially a new one that we've never seen before that is not even from the cartoon, that is of Azula, Ty Lee, and Mai having a conversation with each other about what Zuko is doing and how it reflects upon Azula given her status in the Fire Nation and under Ozai. There's also another part of it where Ty Lee and them talk about a mission that Azula went on where she went undercover, which is neat and again another new thing that they are adding to her backstory. The conversation itself was fine and a lot of it felt very on point with the characters. Azula acts like a snarky brat who feels like that she deserves everything. Ty Lee, like she does in the cartoon, is acting a little bit more upbeat and with some excitement in her voice, and then Mai is exactly how I would have thought she would be, which is the more annoying rich girl and bored mannerisms type person that we get from the cartoon version, and she's also twirling around her knives, which she does a lot in the cartoon as well. So again, all that stuff I thought was really good, and overall I would say that Ty Lee and the actress playing her are the best so far. I think that girl is going to nail this role. I'm not sure how I feel about the wig that she's wearing because apparently the hair that she had without the wig looks amazing, but again, that's just another nitpick. We also got our first look at the Yuyan Archers, who are the ones beside the girls as they are practicing the archery. Everyone here who is a diehard fan knows that these are the ones who are involved in the Blue Spirit arc when Aang was trying to escape from the prison, and they were the ones who were at that prison. Again, all this stuff looks really cool, and I'm excited to see what the Yuyan Archers do in that episode. Now, my problem here with this clip has nothing to do with really what's inside of the clip itself, but from the reactions that have come from it. I hope you all don't mind if I get a little annoyed with what I'm about to say here, but I feel like it needs to be said. So many of the reactions that I have seen come out from the clip revolve around some people saying that they are annoyed and taking a dislike to the look of Mai and Azula. In particular, they note that the reason they say this is because they believe that they are not on point with the actual looks of the characters from the cartoon because these versions in the live action look chubby and not sharp in the facial structure. I want to be perfectly clear when I say this. If that is your problem with this as opposed to how the actresses are personifying the characters, then you are not in any way, shape, or form doing yourself any good service here. You are making this even harder on yourself than you should be. That has got to be one of the most annoyingly dumb nitpicks I could hear about from somebody, and even then, it doesn't even matter. You know why? Because how they look is not how the character acts. A person's facial structure is not going to change who the character is in terms of how they are represented through their characterization. Animation is different from live action in that matter as well. This is something from the cartoon that absolutely does not need to be one for one. At the same time, let's also be real here. They don't look chubby at all. They look perfectly fine, and I'm not going to be the kind of person that's going to end up being the asshole here and commenting on something that is not in any way, shape, or form going to change my view of the show. Social media as a whole has just really turned people into absolute dicks just for the sake of being a dick. This is a nitpick that absolutely can just be thrown in the trash. Now, on the other hand, let's say that you are not totally on board with how they are personifying the characters character. That is totally fine, and I can completely adhere to that opinion so far. Maybe you need some more scenes to be on board with them. That's a totally acceptable and reasonable opinion to have, but when you are out here commenting on how they look, not only is it ridiculous, but it is also to the actresses themselves that can really hurt them. I hope people realize that these kids are on social media themselves as well, and they can see the things that you say. We have seen many examples in recent years where stuff like this has happened. On top of that, we've also seen examples of where fans critique what a character looks like based on the actor who is playing them. When Daniel Craig was casted as James Bond all those years ago, everybody hated on the fact that they casted an actor who had purely blue eyes. When Hugh Jackman was casted as Wolverine, everybody hated the fact that they got a really tall guy to play a character who is mainly supposed to be short. Hell, we could even go with one of the most recent examples, with Bella Ramsey playing Ellie in the Last of Us adaptation. People really did not like the casting because they said that she didn't look like her or didn't have the face of Ellie. Apparently, that didn't matter at all because she played the hell out of that character and got nominated for it. In the end, none of that mattered because the actors themselves played the characters so well. These are just simply things we do not need to be getting mad about and critiquing. If these girls play these characters well, all that stuff is going to go out the window, and it should go out the window anyway. I really want you all to please try to inform yourself on the kinds of things that you say. I shouldn't have to mention this again, but these are kids. These are young actors, and they are trying to prove themselves as they get themselves more into this industry. They don't need fans and people online being very mean to them because of the way that they look, when even that is not even a big problem to begin with. Personify the character well, and that's all you've got to do. There's nothing else that I really want to talk about. This was just meant to be a small breakdown, and then me giving my reaction to the dumb reactions that I've seen online, and I'm sorry, I have to call it for what it is. They are dumb. I really didn't want to make this video, but sometimes people just need to hear these things, and they have to have them said to them, and I hope it gets across to them, and they change their mind on how they say things moving forward. So again, that's all I wanted to do here, and other than that, I want to hear now all your thoughts down below in the comments with regard to the clip itself and then my commentary on it. If you did enjoy and are ready now for the show to drop tomorrow, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new here and ready for more content around the Netflix adaptation in the future. Turn on that notification bell to be updated for when I do. On your way out of Uncle Iroh's tea shop, be sure to let him know how much you appreciate his jasmine tea and his words of wisdom that come with it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you soon for more Avatar.